The topic that we choose to further our study is about factors affecting the level of anxiety among boarding school students. Anxiety is a common human emotion experienced by many individuals. However, when anxiety becomes excessive and interferes with daily functioning, it can develop into an anxiety disorder. According to the World Health Organization, millions of people, including children and adolescents, are affected by an anxiety disorder worldwide. Our research will specifically target boarding school students as this age of growth is easily affected by anxiety-related issues. Boarding school provide a unique educational environment where students live far away from their families for an extended period. While boarding schools offer valuable opportunities, they can also contribute to increased level of anxiety among students. So understanding the factors that impact anxiety levels in boarding school students is crucial for their mental health and overall well-being. By focusing on this specific population, we aim to gain insight into the various factors that contribute to anxiety among boarding school students. This research will allow us to develop targeted interventions and support mechanisms to address their overall well-being. As for the problem statement, teenagers is already struggle with anxiety, but the distinctive pressure of boarding school life often make them more vulnerable compared to their friends in other educational settings. Factors such as separation from home, demanding academic requirements, and social challenges all contribute to the unique atmosphere experienced in boarding schools. To better support the mental health of these students, it is crucial to gain a comprehensive understanding of the variables that contribute to their anxiety levels. One significant aspect influencing anxiety levels in boarding school is the academic pressure and also expectation placed upon them. The constant effort, competition, performance pressure, and also fear of failing to meet expectations all contribute to the increased anxiety level. The demanding curriculum, packed schedules, and also continual assessment further increases the stress experienced by these students. Consequently, anxiety disorders are prevailing among boarding school students due to the immense pressure they face to excel academically. In addition, social difficulties also significantly contribute to the stress experienced by boarding school students. So, the feeling of loneliness and also homesickness is common among those who live far from their families and also friends. The stress of adapting to a new schedule, regulation, and also surrounding further increases the anxiety experienced by them. So while previous research has shed some light on anxiety in general school settings, there remains a limited body of knowledge specifically addressing the concerns of boarding school students. This study aimed to fill this gap by investigating the factors that contribute to anxiety level among the boarding school students. The scope of our study focuses on the female and also male student of Sekolah Menengah Sains Sultan Muhammad Jiwa. Sekolah Menengah Sains Sultan Muhammad Jiwa is a prestigious boarding school known for providing a comprehensive education in science and technology. Named after the late Raja of Perlis, Sultan Muhammad Jiwa, the school is dedicated to upholding the values of leadership, excellence, and service. The curriculum at Sultan Muhammad Jiwa is rigorous and encompasses a wide range of subjects with a strong emphasis on science, mathematics, and also technology. The respondents of our study are from students from Form 4 and Form 5, representing different academic streams within these boarding schools, including the science streams, art streams, and potentially other streams. So this diverse representation of academic streams enable us to gain a broader understanding of the factors influencing anxiety level among students with different educational focuses and interests. In our study, we acknowledge certain limitations that can impact the scope and depth of our research on boarding school students. One of the primary limitations is the challenge of reaching out to students in a boarding school environment. The structures routine of boarding school, which include academic activities, extracurricular engagement, and also residential responsibilities, makes it difficult for us to find a suitable time slot for research activities without disrupting their regular routines. Furthermore, boarding schools have specific policies and also regulation in place to ensure the safety, privacy, and also well-being of their students. So this policy may restrict access to outsiders and require us to obtain necessary permission and clearances from the school authorities, as gaining access to the school premises and also obtaining permission to interact with the student or access sensitive information can be challenging and also time consuming. The limited time available for research within the boarding school is also considered another constraint for us. We may face time constraints due to the academic calendar and also the need to coordinate with school staff and also the students. So these factors can impact the amount of time that we have to collect data and also conduct an in-depth analysis. So despite these limitations, we are able to make an effort to mitigate the impact and also ensure the quality and validity of our research findings. We have worked closely with the school authorities to adhere their policies and also allocated sufficient time and resources to conduct a comprehensive study within the available constraints.
Hi, my name is NURSYAWALLINI binti Jamaluddin from KBA 243-5B. Welcome to my presentation on the factor affecting the level of anxiety among boarding school students in Sungai, Petani, Kedah. Today, I will be discussing the literature review conducted on this subject, which form an important part of our research. In Chapter 2, we threw into the existing body of knowledge on this topic by reviewing prior study. We selected academic journal articles published between 2001 and 2020 to evaluate their findings and insights. This publication serves as the foundation for creating our research framework, which will guide us in our ongoing research. Now, let's move on to the specific section on Chapter 2. The first section 2.1 focuses on the dependent variable, which is the level of anxiety among students at the hostel, which is Sekolah Menengah Sultan Muhammad Jiwa that located in Sungai Petani, Kedah. We explore various perspectives on anxiety and its impact on students' academic performance and problem-solving ability. For instance, research by Asif Azkar Shahzad Mubin and Tamina 2020 highlight how anxiety can manifest as a physical and psychological symptom affecting student overall well-being. Additionally, Chandra 2018 emphasized how stress and anxiety can increase during puberty and adolescence. Next, in section 2.2, we examine the independent variable that influence student anxiety level. The first independent variable is a parent support. According to Jewel, Witkowski, and Pratt 2022, emphasize the importance of involving parents in the treatment of childhood anxiety disorders, which can positively impact the child's mental health outcome. While Farley 2023 highlight the increased risk of anxiety disorder in children when both parents have anxiety. We also discuss the role of parental warmth, emotional support, and disciplinary practice as they relate to student mental health. Furthermore, we explore the influence of time management as discussed in section 2.23. Effective time management has been linked to improve academic achievement and reduce anxiety levels among students. Lastly, in section 2.2.4, we examine the impact of school tradition and culture on students' anxiety level. We discuss how school develop their own identities, which can have both positive and negative effect on students. While certain school tradition and expectation may foster a sense of belonging and achievement, they can also contribute to increased anxiety among students who struggle to meet those standards. So, this is our conceptual framework that contains independent variable and dependent variable. For dependent variable, show the level of anxiety amongst boarding school students at hostel. For independent variable, we have parent support, student mental health, time management, and school tradition culture. Summarize. Our literature review provides a comprehensive understanding of the factors affecting anxiety level among boarding school students. By reviewing prior studies, we have identified key variables such as parent support, student mental health, time management, and school tradition culture that influence anxiety level. These variables form the basis of our conceptual framework, which will guide our research moving forward.
Assalamualaikum. So today I'm here to present chapter 3 of our research study, which focus on the research methodology. So in this chapter, we delve into methods, processes, and technique we employed to investigate the factor that affected anxiety level among student of Sekolah Menengah Sains Sultan Muhammad Jiwa. So let's get started with an overview of what we will cover. So in this chapter, we aim to identify the factor that contribute to anxiety level among Form 4 and Form 5 student of Sekolah Menengah Sains Sultan Muhammad Jiwa, and we will discuss the study settings, unit analyze, time horizon, research design, population, sampling technique, questionnaire design, and data analysis. So the quality outcome of our study heavily relies on the result from this methodology. The research design is crucial for answering research question and evaluating theories. So our primary purpose is to understand the factor influencing anxiety level among the student. For this, we have chosen a descriptive research approach, which involve systematically collecting and analyzing data to provide a detailed description of the phenomenon under study. However, it is essential to acknowledge the descriptive research alone cannot determine cause and effect relationship, so causal research method might be required in the future. Next is type of investigation. Our research will primarily rely on correlation study. This method helps us understand the relationship between two or more variables such as the identify factor anxiety level among boarding school student, and correlation study reveal the extent of the association between variable, although they do not imply causation. So this approach provides valuable insight into how factor may contribute to anxiety level without making claim about direct cause and effect. And next is extent of researcher interference. To maintain the integrity and validity of our study, we aim to minimize researcher interference during data collection. So we will administer an objective questionnaire without leading or suggestive language to avoid bias in response. Our analysis will focus on the extent to which the identified factor affect anxiety level among students in boarding school. Other than that, in this sector, we have a study setting. We conduct our study in a non-contrived setting, which means it is done naturally rather than artificially. The research take place in boarding school in Sungai Petani, Kedah, specifically in Sungai Sekolah Menengah Sains Sultan Muhammad Jiwa. We distribute questionnaire to students to investigate the relationship between anxiety level and dependent variable, including parent support, parent engagement, student mental health, time management and school tradition or culture. Next is unit of analysis. The individual involved in answering the questionnaire are our unit of analysis. Our objective is to study the factor affecting anxiety level among students in hostel. Analyzing data at the individual level ensure more solid result for our research. And last is time horizon. As we collect data through questionnaire at specific time, we consider this study a cross-sectional study. We aim to achieve our research goal by obtaining data from participants through questionnaires. Now we move to population and sampling. Our population include Form 4 and Form 5 students at Sekolah Menengah Sains Sultan Mahmud Jiwa. We opted for convenient sampling, a non-probability sampling method, to collect data from readily available respondents. Extensive sampling guarantee the reliability of the result, so we plan to collect around 100 samples for our research. Next is our questionnaire design. The questionnaire was designed with several considerations in mind, including simplicity, objectivity, and brevity. We include questions related to factors affecting anxiety, such as parent support, student mental health, time management, and school tradition or culture. So, our measurement. Our questionnaire consists of 5 components. First section focus on demographic element, followed by question related to independent variable such as parent support, student mental health, time management, and school tradition culture. All sections use the Likert scale for response. So, this is our example of our questionnaire. We have 5 sections here, which is section A is demographic. The section B start with our independent variable. First is parent support. Next is student mental health, followed by student management, and lastly, for section C would be school tradition or culture. So now we move to data collection. Data collection involves the use of survey created in Google Form. We distribute the survey to male and female students at Sekolah Menengah Sains Sultan Mahmud Jiwa through social media platform. The respondents were assured of the confidentiality of their information, and they were given a week to complete the survey. And next is about data analysis, 3 phases. Our data analysis comprises of 3 phases. First is data cleaning. Next is the determination of goodness fit or data, and descriptive analysis. We cleanse the data by identifying outliner, ensuring the reliability. We then assess the goodness of fit data to determine if the data align well with our model. And finally, descriptive analysis, which help us uncover pattern and connection between variables. So, our research method was carefully crafted to ensure rigorous result, and we aim to identify factors affecting anxiety in boarding school students. By following this step, we collect and analyze the data effectively, providing valuable insight into the mental well-being of the student. That's all from me. Thank you.
Now, I'll be presenting on the analysis and result section. The first analysis that we'll be looking at is the KMO and Butler's analysis, or known as the normality test. Based on the table, we could see that the KMO value is at 0.871 and it is greater than 0.5. This shows that the value is honorable. The significance level of the Butler test is 0.001, which is lower than the critical value that is 0.05. The next analysis or test is the reliability test. According to the data gain, we could see that 93.9% of the items were included in the computation of the variable, since the coefficient of the variable is at 0.939. Next, let's have a look at the demographic analysis. This analysis is used to describe the characteristics of our respondents. We could see that 39.4% of our respondents are male and 60.6% are female. 96.9% are from the Malay ethnicity and 3.1% are from other races. 74% of our respondents are from Form 4 students and 26% of the respondents are from Form 5 students. 100% of our respondents are from Sekolah Menengah Sains Sultan Muhammad Jiwa. Next is the descriptive analysis. From this data, we could see that all the variables are significant according to our respondents. According to the data, all of the variables are higher than the significance levels, which is 2.00. Finally, let's have a look on the correlation analysis. From this analysis, we could see that the level of anxiety among students and parent support variable has no significance, since it have a negative correlation of negative 0.137. There is a significant correlation between level of anxiety among students at hostel and student mental health, time management, and also school tradition or culture. This is because the value for all the variables are 0.741, 0.303, and 0.539, which is less than 0.01. As for the hypothesis testing, the first hypothesis statement is being rejected since there is no significant correlation between the variables. As for the hypothesis of level of anxiety among students at hostel and student mental health, time management, and school tradition or culture is being accepted since there is a correlation between the variables.
Okay, today I would like to present regarding the finding and recommendation of a study that focus on factors that influence the level of anxiety among students. So let's go through each research objective. The first research objective examines the impact of parental support on student level of anxiety. Surprisingly, the finding in Chapter 4 indicate that parental support was not significant in affecting the anxiety level among students. The facility and care provided by school management help create a conducive environment for students to study and perform well academically. It suggests that student maturity and independence in staying at the hostel contribute to their comforts and absence of anxiety orders. However, it is still important for parents, students, and the school to maintain open line of communication and address any concern that may arise. Move on to the second research objective. It focuses on the influence of mental health on student level of anxiety. The finding revealed that mental health symptoms significantly affected the anxiety level of dormitory students. The pressure and the struggles faced by students, particularly regarding academic performance, contribute to stress and pressure. It is crucial to prioritize mental health service such as therapy and classes to provide students with the support that they need to cope with this challenge effectively. Okay, our third research objective emphasizes the importance of time management. Effective time management is crucial for students as poor allocation of time can lead to anxiety symptoms. Student opinion on time management revealed that balancing academic and post-academic activities such as time spent at the hostel and post challenge for them. It is recommended that resources and assistance be provided to help students improve their time management skill, enabling them to better handle their academic and extracurricular commitment. The fourth research objective explores the influence of student tradition on student anxiety level. While school tradition and culture can foster a positive academic spirit, they also carry the risk of contributing of anxiety inducing factors such as performance pressure and peer pressure. It is essential to moderate traditions, manage performance expectations, and cultivate a supportive and positive atmosphere within school. In conclusion, This study investigates the impact of parental support, mental health, time management, and school tradition on student level of anxiety. The finding revealed that parental support was not significant amongst dormitory students, but open communication channel between parents, students, and school management should be maintained. Mental health emerged as a significant factor, emphasizing the needs of prioritizing mental health service and provide support to students in managing stress and pressure. Efficient time management was identified as a crucial aspect. The resources should be allocated to help students improve their time management skill. Lastly, school tradition and culture should be moderate and positive atmosphere fostered to mitigate anxiety-inducing factors. So, by addressing these factors, school can create safer and more supportive environment for students, promoting their mental well-being and overall academic performance. Thank you for your attention today. Let us continue to prioritize student well-being and strive to provide them with the necessary support to succeed.